You guys know these demo tapes don't just edit themselves together, right?
Well, all right.
3 cheers for Stephen Phillips.
Y'all need to help Stephen Phillips out over there. Out the door and off the radio.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
All righty, folks, we're walking in here with a 70 degrees on the high today with plenty of sunshine, 41 on the low tonight, and I hope everybody's doing good. We got Steve in here with us. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. It's about time that temperature came back up.
I'm with you, man.
Tired of cold.
I'm tired of cold. I'll guarantee it. It is too cold, and I don't want it. I love it. It's beautiful outside, but anyway, we're rolling right along. We got Dr. Ed or Mr. Ed or whatever his name is. He's out today.
Oh, yeah? No dog talk, huh?
No dog talk. No dog talk. No dog talk whatsoever. But anyway, we have got a pretty good show today. We got, Bob, was it Bob? How you say?
Mauldin.
Mauldin from, I can't even remember the name of the thing.
Expedition Texas.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. He's going to be on today.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's going to be, we need to do that. Expedition Georgia.
That's right, but, these Texas guys, I'm looking forward to talking about that. They are so proud of their state.
Yeah.
I want to ask them specifically what makes Texas so awesome.
Yeah, there you go.
That's how come they have a show about Texas.
We need one here. Yep, we need one here.
Expedition Blairsville.
Anyway, hey, listen, y'all, on the birthday list today, we have got Stephen Phillips. Stephen Phillips with the morning dish. Today's his
Stephen
birthday.
Phillips.
I've already got
Happy
a cake.
birthday.
I've already got a cake brought to me. Already got a cake.
Wow.
Yeah, it's still warm, man. It's going to be a good day. And I want a big shout out to Greg Shook, which I went to school with. Happy birthday to Greg Shook and Tony Denton over here at the Blue Ridge Mountain EMC. Today's his birthday. So I've shared a lot of birthday with some pretty famous people there. You figure that.
There are a bunch of famous people born today.
Hey,
Daniel Craig James Bond.
He's the same age as me. We might be.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You might be kin. You have a similar, vague resemblance.
Hey, Charlene Garrett.
Yeah. Hey, good morning, Charlene Garrett.
Hello, Stephen Phillips. Happy birthday.
Hey, I appreciate it. It's getting better and better and better.
That's right. How old are you today?
I'm going to have to ask my wife. I don't really
You always ask everybody.
Yeah, I'm 53, I think. Let's see,
53.
68.
Excellent.
68, 53.
Yeah, I don't look a day over 20-something.
Yeah, 20-something. I hear you.
Hey, do you know I share a birthday with Dr. Seuss?
Really?
Yeah, that's
very
pretty cool.
good. Well, we should be like Richard Petty. When you pass 29, you have anniversaries of your 29th birthday.
There you go. Well, thank you for calling in, girl.
Okay, thanks so much.
It's Bon Jovi's birthday today.
John Bon Jovi. But he's cool.
How awesome was that?
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
You remember Slippery When Wet, that album?
Oh, I love that
Man,
album.
I was like 12 years old when that came out.
What?
No, I'm not kidding you.
Am I older than you?
Yeah, a little bit. You sure are. Now, a real respectable Russian leader's birthday today. Mikhail Gorbachev's birthday is today.
How about that?
Now, it's too bad he's not the one in office over there right now as opposed to this nut we've got.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy.
Wow.
And we got Lucille Ball's husband, Desi Arnaz.
That's right, Desi Arnaz, exactly.
What about all these great people born on March the 2nd? All these great people.
Does it make you wonder what was going on like 9 months ago that made so many people be born today and so many awesome people?
I'll tell you something
That's around like
cool.
beginning of June, right?
They always do Today in History, and my daddy worked for Lockheed back then. And
Okay.
today in history, the C-5 actually rolled out of Lockheed Air Force.
Oh, all right. You want to hear something awesome about that? So my dad
was
the lead C-5 pilot in the Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm talking about years later after it had been developed and all this kind of stuff. You know, he was like their top guy, flew like special ops in it and the whole 9 yards. Well, get this. Because of its position in the Air Force and flying that plane, he was gifted this little statue that was carried on the very first flight ever of the C-5 as a good luck charm by the test pilot.
Well,
and that's sitting in our house.
That is awesome.
How cool is that?
That first plane rolled out on my birthday. I'll never forget.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I remember it just like it's yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a cool plane, is it not?
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's an
big
awesome
bird,
plane.
big bird.
Anyway, we're going to jump into a break and see if we can't see what's going on in Texas. We get back with us. He's multitasking this morning. He's like, well, I got to take my kids to school and all that kind of stuff. But I said, you can do it. But today is...
I just heard the screams down at your mailbox, and I know why. Your water bill is 8 times what it was last month. I bet it's a leak. Call Graylin Leak Detection at 706-897-9110. Get the water bill under control when you call Graylin Leak Detection and Plumbing Services.
All righty, folks, we're back with you. We've been waiting for this. We got Bob Mauldin on with us from Expedition, Texas. How are you, brother?
How's it going? I just received a message about 2 seconds ago from a guy who said no driving on the video. I'm sorry, I'm breaking the rules.
I love it. Put him up there where we can see him. There you go. Now we're talking. Now wait a minute. Now you're from Texas. Where's your cowboy hat at?
It doesn't fit in the truck, man.
Oh, so, but you do have one, right?
I do have one. Yeah. I don't know that I'd call it a cowboy hat because I haven't cowboyed at all. I don't. You don't want to see me on a horse. It's scary.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not on it very long. It kind of throws me off. But anyway, but you got a lot going on, man. Tell everybody out here listening, and y'all can tune into the Stephen Phillips with the Morning Dish on YouTube and see how pretty this guy is. But yeah, tell us, you have got a lot of stuff going on, man.
March is a busy month, man, and just trying to make it through and come out on the other piece alive. We got new season of the TV show Expedition Texas, which is going to be premiering on the weekend of the 19th on all the stations that air, including there probably is even stations in your area on Heartland TV Network, which gets us nationwide. And then Expedition Texas is, of course, on syndicated on stations in Texas as well. But also, because I'm crazy, I decided I wanted to also try to release an album at that time. So a brand new album coming out, because I also sing and write songs. I was actually doing that long before Expedition Texas came along. And so decided every now and then I go back and kind of revisit that a little bit and have some fun with it. So we've got a band together, and toward the end of the month, we'll also start touring. So a lot to do.
Well, that is good, man. I love your music, man. I checked it out, and you know, your country, there ain't no doubt, and you know, a lot of good music coming out of Texas right now. And one of the things you find out, that a lot of people that's on TV, actors and all that kind of stuff, are musicians to start with. You know, even like Joe Pesci, he hated acting, but he loved music, and it just goes right on down the line. So that's good. But this
have you
do what?
Costner?
Do what?
Have you heard Kevin Costner?
Oh yeah.
It's blowing my mind how many of these guys like Kevin Bacon, Billy Bob Thornton, they all have bands. In fact, Billy Bob Thornton is playing right here in our neck of the woods coming up in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, we had Jack Williams on the other day. He actually wrote a lot of songs for Kevin Costner. He's got a couple of them on that Yellowstone series. But yeah,
Awesome.
And Billy Bob, I think Billy Bob's going to be in Georgia this weekend.
Is that right?
Yeah.
He's south, I think.
Yeah.
I've seen Bruce Willis with his band, literally live in person. He's got a full-blown rock band.
Bruce Willis?
Bruce Willis. I'm dead serious.
No.
Yeah. It was fantastic. Yeah, but like, he's another one of these guys. I'll tell you another one you'd never believe. Stephen King, the author. He was in a rock band for years. He sure
Really?
was. Yeah.
Well, I'm in a country band, but I ain't got anything to brag about. But other than that,
Wait, no show.
hey man, I gotta ask you. Okay, we're talking about this Expedition Texas, and I've been watching a little bit of that, keeping up with you, and see what's going on. Y'all went looking for Bigfoot in Texas. What's the scoop on that?
Okay, that was a half-hearted attempt to look for Bigfoot, and there's a fun behind-the-scenes story in that. So, Jeff, who is, I believe, an expert in cryptozoology, Bigfoot, and all the Chupacabra family, all
Right.
those folks out there in the woods. And Jeff actually has up-close experiences that he shared with us on that episode. But we were there just to get at the idea of what it would be like to go on one of these Bigfoot hunts. It was also November, I believe, when we shot that.
Right.
And the first freeze of the year happened. And what our idea of he told us we have a house, you know, we're going to stay in a house. It's going to be nice. So we get out there, though, and the house is basically, you know, if you have like a deer camp, you sort of
Yeah, know all about it.
trailer or whatever, and it doesn't really matter. You just bundle up and sleep. Well, this house was a hollowed out brick house. No windows or anything. It was just a hollowed out brick house. And no walls. There was a fireplace. And if you were in 3 feet of the fireplace, you could get a little warm. But we were in this house, and it that night fell down below freezing. And we had brought a few blankets. And we were planning to stay the next day and just kind of hang out with him and maybe go, you know, check out the woods again and get some more shots for the TV show. But we were about midnight, and I kept hearing the guys, the crew was there too, and we all had air mattresses that kept deflating onto the cold concrete floor. And I kept hearing them rustle around, and I kept having to get up, turn on the pump to air my mattress up. Miserable, because the fire, there was no way, unless we were going to cuddle up which we weren't going to do.
Being you're from Texas, I'm with you on that.
No, that wasn't going to work. There was no way other than all of us grown men cuddling that we were going to stay warm.
Right.
So about 3 o'clock in the morning, I let the air out of my mattress all the way, told the guys to get theirs and pack them up, and we snuck out. I did go by and kind of tap Jeff on the shoulder and say, hey, man, we're out. And we left.
I don't blame you, man. It's too cold. But, you know, that's the thing about Bigfoot, man. We actually have a Bigfoot museum here.
It's called Expedition Bigfoot, oddly enough.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a great museum.
But now, Packy's got a theory on Bigfoot, because every picture you see of Bigfoot, it's always blurry. And he thinks Bigfoot's blurry by nature. It's not really the photo.
Maybe he's just, because he's so fuzzy, maybe it's a light trick.
Yeah.
You know, when you see him from a certain distance, he just looks blurry.
Yeah, I'm with you. So now on this expedition, how long you been doing this?
This fall will be our 10th year. We start our 10th year this fall, and we're going back and revisiting places that we went to in our first year, because some of them, it's kind of crazy. Some of them are probably have fallen down now.
Right.
And some of them have actually been restored and are back to being functioning places that you can, like hotels you can go stay in now. So that's something that happens. It's going to be interesting, but yeah, 10 years starting this fall.
Well, that's unreal, man. And I know, of course, everybody's falling in love with Texas because they're actually standing up for what's right. There's no doubt. And if y'all ever succeed from the union, I'm going to move to Texas. So if you got an extra bedroom,
you're invited.
Yeah.
That's just it, Bob. You know, I actually lived in Texas when I was a kid, and then as in my working life have been based out there a few times. And Texas, you guys have such a great spirit. Everyone loves Texas, and Texans are so proud of their state. Tell everybody what makes Texas so great.
Well, you know, it's funny. You don't realize what you have until you go somewhere else, right? And so I've never been out of Texas more than a week in my life.
Right.
But those weeks were long, because you get out of Texas and you realize that not everybody has the pride in their state that they do. Not everybody. I mean, there's really no other music that if you're saying, you know, hey, this is my genre of music, you don't go to Delaware and they say, hey, we've got, you know, the Delaware music scene. It's great.
I can vouch for that. I used to live in Delaware too.
So there's I don't know, and Texas almost kind of takes on its own brand, you know, and people even overseas, when you send music over there and they know it's from Texas, for some reason it has a little more credibility as a country song coming from Texas, and I don't understand what makes that, but I do understand what makes a person proud of Texas.
No kidding. I'm watching my girl and I. We were watching Dallas the other day. There was a scene. They actually filmed this over in this particular thing over in Austria, and the actor walks up to JR and says, "Oh my gosh, you're Americans." He goes, "No, we're Texans." I mean, and that sums it up right there.
Yeah.
That attitude.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's exactly right. And I have no problem telling somebody I'm from Texas. And you know, we were in New York City about a week ago, about a month ago. My wife and I went there, and it's funny. People can, and I don't think I have that much of an accent, but people can figure it out. Even now, you know, I did about I don't know, nearly 20 years in radio, and you're supposed to try to sound non-regional on the radio, but in Texas, at a certain point, we just give up.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And that's starting to come back, and I find, you know, I grew up in Canton, Texas, and my wife and I both did, and occasionally we'll be talking, and something will slip out, like, I ain't gonna do that, or you know, something will slip out, and we'll say, "Oop, our Canton came out," you know, but my Canton comes out all the time.
I'm with you.
And it's just the Texas thing.
You know, we went to the Amish country back a few years back, me and my wife did, and they've got a place up there that you eat, and they set everybody at one table. So we were sitting there with people from California, New York, and all over, and I could not eat for them every time I try to eat, they're like, say something else. We don't hear you talk. Say something else, you know, because I got this. Right. I think Southern accent's the sexiest accent in the world myself.
Well, even the Beach Boys said that in their song.
There you go. Yeah,
that's right.
No doubt. So now I know you're working on a new album. We're a little bit ahead of the time on that, but tell us, when is it going to be out? What's it going to be called? Do you know yet?
Well, it's called Colfax 1985. That's about the place I grew up, and it's going to drop on March 25th. We have the first single from it is coming out on March 18th, because that was my grandmother's birthday. The song is about her. And so we're dropping the single on March 18th, and the rest of the album will be available on the 25th. And that's pretty much anywhere you can get music. I can't really name them all, but I use a distributor that gets you to pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, just go to the Google. I guarantee it. But now you're a singer and songwriter. I think that's cool.
Yeah, so 90% of the stuff on the album is all stuff that I wrote. The last album was 100% my stuff, and used to do a lot more covers on the Van Zandt County Line album, which came out in 2011. It was about half and half. The record label that I was on at that time liked covers, but now I'm on my own label, and it doesn't matter what they think.
There you go. I'm with you on that. That opens the door up. And I'm going to tell you, that red dirt country coming out of Texas right now is hot, especially after Yellowstone and all that, man. It is just blazing. Yeah, it's
so cool to hear, like, stuff that we thought was just kind of ours and, like, we wish that the rest of the world could discover. You watch Yellowstone, and it's like, hey, I know that guy.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's like that Bingham. What's his name? Bingham is on there. I've listened to his music forever, and then there he was. And it didn't dawn on me that's who that was till about the fourth episode. I thought, well, wait a minute, I know who that dude is.
It took me longer than that, man. It took me. I was thinking that when he I don't know which season it is. He actually comes back, and he and the old dude that busted up his guitar. He brings him a new guitar.
Right.
And he starts playing. I'm like, man, this guy, I wonder if he's ever had any music out, because he sure plays and sings well.
Right.
And then I looked up as Ryan Bingham. I'm like, Ryan Bingham? I knew Ryan Bingham. I knew his music, but yeah, it's just seeing him in that role and then kind of thinking, man, that guy should play. And then you go look up and he's been playing all along.
But I found out after that he was actually in a movie with Jeff Bridges on that country movie he did. What was that called where Jeff Bridges did
Yeah, Jeff Bridges, I can't think of the name of it, but I love it because it kind of reminds me of Billy Joe Shaver.
Yeah.
I developed a friendship with Billy Joe Shaver in probably the last 10 years or so of his life, and he recorded a song with me, one of his old songs called Ride Me Down Easy.
Oh, I love Billy Joe Shaver, man.
There's a funny story about that involves my last radio job, my very last radio job. I had been shown the door at the radio station, but prior to that, I had met Billy Joe at a show, and we had talked about doing this recording of Ride Me Down Easy. And he just told me, whenever I'm in the area, I will let you know, and I'll swing by the radio station and we'll record it.
Right.
And so, anyway, that had been months prior. And so anyway, I got fired from the radio station. About 2 nights later, Billy Joe calls and says, hey, I'm coming through Athens, Texas right now. I'm pretty close to you. Want me to swing by and do that part? And I'm thinking, I'm going to blow this chance just because. And so I started calling studios that I knew, trying to get a hold of the owners there. We only have like 3 or 4 in the Tyler area, and then I didn't have a studio at home anymore at that point. So I'm panicking and trying to figure out how I can get in the radio station, but I have no key card, no anything anymore, right? And so my son is kind of kicked back on the couch, and he says, what about Bruce? And Bruce was this one DJ that they had on the weekends that went on the air and basically pretty much slammed the radio station for letting me go. I was the morning show host.
Right.
And, so he went on the air, and then he got in trouble for it, but they couldn't do anything to him. He's not on contract. He's a part-timer, and they need him.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't fire him. So I called him, and he said, yeah, I'll meet you up there, and I'll meet, while I get to meet Billy Joe Shaver. And I said, heck yeah, we're sneaking him in the radio station. So we met up at the radio station in the middle of the night. We left all the lights off and snuck us into the studio. We got in there and we turned the lights on, recorded the song right quick, just did his vocal singing along with the track we had done in the studio.
Right.
Got down, turned all the lights off, snuck out the back, and we showed him the way to 271. He went on to Nashville. I went home and went to bed, and we sent the vocal to the studio and mixed it in there, and that's how I got my duet with Billy Joe Shaver. And I haven't been able to really tell that story, but it's been about 10 years now, so I'm not worried about them saying anything or doing anything.
There you go. I'm going to tell you, man, I am
That's
big Billy Joe Shaver fan, and I don't know if you keep up with Jeremy Lynn Woodall or not, but, He's got some cool stuff, man. Because he played with him for a long time. But that's the thing about a radio. When I first took this show over, the first thing I did when I walked in was thanked everybody for letting me be on the show and told everybody goodbye. Because when they fire you from radio, you don't get to tell all your fans goodbye. So I did it right on the get-go. Yeah, I did it right on the. I said, it's been great. I appreciate y'all. Because when they fire you, man, it's done. So
yeah. Yeah, it's the times that it's been done that I've been around. It's always like they're there one day and not the next, and then the fallout from the listeners after that is like you have to manage that, and there's nothing worse than being the one that takes over for the one that got fired.
Right.
That's no fun.
Yeah, they fire me regularly, but they can't find nobody else that's dumb enough to come in here and do what I do. So here I am. But anyway,
yeah,
man, we have got to get to break. Can you tell everybody how to get up with you and follow you on all the stuff that you've got going on?
Well, we have websites for everything that'll kind of take you to all the social media and YouTube. So BobMauldin.com, that's BobMauldin.com for music, and for Expedition Texas, which I think everybody's going to really enjoy, is ExpeditionTexas.tv. And that'll send you you can get to the YouTube channel from there. We're on Facebook. We got a lot of great followers on Facebook, and we're kind of tying the music and Expedition Texas together for this coming season and promoting both one way and the other. And so it'll all be pretty accessible, especially on Facebook.
All right, man. Well, I sure appreciate it. Now you're a singer-songwriter. I wrote a couple of songs. I got one I try to pitch to everybody, but so far no good. But it's real popular down here, but it's a song about dating your cousin. I don't know if that's something you'd be interested in cutting or not.
I don't know. I got a couple of cousins that hit on me, but I
There you go.
maybe it'll work out there.
That's your song. Is she first or second, right? Like first or second cousin? That one, right? That's a good one.
Bob, you've been good, man. You've been good. I appreciate you. We keep up with you, and thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you.
Right,
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Bob.
Great.
Wednesday morning is a good time to get to the bottom of why your water bill is so high. If it is, call Grayland Leak Detection at 706-897-9110. Get the water bill under control when you call Grayland Leak Detection and Plumbing Services.
All righty, we're back with you. I'm telling you, man, you need to do Expedition Georgia.
We do.
Yeah, we can do it. I can be the brains and you can be the beauty.
Well, we can make that happen.
There we go. Well,
let's make some money.
Yeah, I'm with you. I guarantee it. But he's a cool guy.
Very cool.
Yeah,
I mean, he's obviously passionate about what he does.
Yeah, you can tell he's in radio too.
Oh, absolutely.
He was freaking out yesterday. He was talking about him coming on. He's like, well, I got to take my kid to school. I said, well, man, just put it on. We'll go down the road. We've done it before, We
had that, sure.
Guy with Alabama, he did the same thing, so it's a lot of fun. Folks, we appreciate y'all tuning in and subscribing to our YouTube channel. We actually got a thing running that this month of March, anybody that subscribes to YouTube will go in the Bo Peep basket, which is this little ugly little basket. And the last day of March, we're going to draw it out, and you can win $100 cash. Not one of them checks. We're talking cash. We actually found $100 out in the parking lot, so we thought we'd use it.
I've been looking for that.
Yeah.
Wait.
Can you identify it? Can you read the numbers off of it? Packy's like, let's keep that. I said, no, man, let's give it to him.
You took it out of Harry's wallet, so he
well,
wasn't looking.
It was actually in his cup holder, but what are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Green Day. Green Day cancels their Moscow Stadium concert in Russia over the Ukraine invasion. It wouldn't take me a whole lot to figure that I ain't going over there and playing nowhere if they beg me. I mean, are you serious?
Yeah.
It's because of the Ukraine invasion. Yeah, it is.
You have a chance to get a gig now, though. No one else wants to play. You might actually get booked.
I might get booked in Russia. Oh, boy, that'd be good.
Little diplomacy right there.
Yeah, turn it up, boys, to where you can't hear the bombs.
Sing better or you die.
That's exactly it.
I don't know, man, but Green Day, bless their heart, man. I appreciate them taking a stand. They'd be like, good Lord. Could you imagine? That's one place I don't want to go.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, you know what? We're not allowing them over here now. Did you see that? No Russian aircraft allowed to come in here.
I know
airlines,
that, but
nothing like that.
But we're taking their gas and we're taking their oil. Bring all that, but don't bring your airplanes.
Did you see the thing up on Times Square? Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
I can't remember who the group was that put the ad up, but right there on the scrolling sign, on Times Square,
right.
It says, "Hey Putin, screw you," and it says start, and it's a call out for us to start pumping our own gas.
I would need to.
Absolutely, because what is it? 40% of the natural gas and 25%, I guess, of normal oil over in Europe it comes out of Europe, or excuse me, out of Russia, we've got it, so we can provide all that. We could actually go gangbusters on this and put the pinch on Russia in a big way.
Well, they already shut that thing
Yeah.
down completely because this thing in Ukraine has really opened a lot of people's eyes.
It has.
And I'm talking about these folks over there, man. They are dedicated to their country. And, I mean, how big is the Ukraine? Is it about like Texas? Is that? I mean, how big is it?
You know what? Your guess is good about that
I think
one.
it's the second largest country in that region next to Russia, I think.
Yeah.
Ukraine's pretty big.
But Russia wants it just because of their
historical connection.
No, it's not. They want their oil. They want all their.
You're right. Man. It all comes down to oil. This whole problem came from oil. They opened up the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, shut all of our oil down. We were a net exporter.
I don't think you can take. Yeah, that may be the case, but you can't take away this idea that Putin has of bringing back this old empire. You know that there's a historical connection there, and they used to be together. And there's this whole delusion he's got of building back this old Russian empire, starting there. So that is a huge part of this argument of his.
I don't know.
And it's
I think
crazy.
he's using that for argument. But I think he's
after. But it's not just going to be about
I think
oil.
he's after Ukraine resources. I think that's the total 9 yards on this thing because Russia has nothing. And at this point, I think the whole world, and I think even a lot of the Russians. Now I don't know how true it is, but I think a lot of the Russians are against this. They're like,
of course they are. You know, there's reports that their own soldiers are punching holes in their fuel tanks so that they run out of gas before they invade.
But let me ask you this, though, and I agree with you, but we haven't trusted anything that mainstream media has said for 15 years. Mm-hmm. So why all of a sudden now are we going to start believing all these reports about the ghost of Kiev and Russian?
They found that they found that to be a video game footage. The guy, fighter pilot guy.
I mean, so why are we trusting everything they say now?
I know one thing. We have got an influencer. That I'm an instigator, but a lot of folks out there are influencers.
Social media instigator.
I'm an instigator, but they're influencer. In Russia, he is a Russian influencer. His stuff has gone viral, demonstrating how to drive an abandoned armored vehicle that's left from Russia. So when they leave, so he's over there, and you can go to YouTube, and he's showing them how to use this stuff that Russia has left because you think, well, I could drive that tank, but you got to realize, man, I don't know if I could read the words.
Yeah, I love it.
I mean, I know where the gas and the gas and the steering wheel's at, but you got to crank that thing somehow.
Did you see the footage of the Ukrainian guy that drives up on the tank? That's sitting there stopped,
right?
And he drives up to him and goes, "Hey, what's wrong?" They're like, "We're out of gas." He goes, "You want me to tell you back to Russia?"
Yeah.
And they start laughing.
Yeah,
that was a real interaction.
Yeah, that means a lot, don't it?
It does.
I don't know, but I think this guy here has got it going on where he's demonstrating how to drive the abandoned vehicles. Because I mean, you'd hate to be sitting in this thing and you're going to shoot the tank. You're going to shoot the thing and then you hit the ejection seat by accident. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I think
that would suck.
I think in all seriousness, they need to not get in those because their own people are going to think it's a Russian and shoot it.
Well, I could.
You know what I mean? They need to be careful out riding around in Russian armored vehicles.
You could run it over and get it wrapped. You could take over
get it wrapped.
And get it wrapped. Yeah, get it wrapped.
Get it wrapped.
Yeah, get it wrapped.
Put a big Dunkin' Donuts wrap on it. Yeah.
Oh well, I reckon Hulk Hogan's fans are shocked because he's being seen with another girl, and they were all surprised that he got divorced. He said, "I thought everybody knew I got divorced." Nobody.
I saw that.
Poor old Hulk Hogan, bless his heart. Nobody cares about Hulk Hogan, but now you can get them Kardashian gals. They can lay out in the sun. That's headlines.
Hulk Hogan is going to have his day in the sun soon because Chris Hemsworth filmed this biopic about him. It hasn't been released yet.
Right.
And he got all ripped and bulked up to play him. And dang, if he doesn't look almost exactly like him. I've seen some of the.
Now that would hurt my feelings. I mean, that's just like the guy that played Queen, the guy with what's the lead guy for Queen?
Freddie Mercury?
Yeah, the dude that, they had that Queen movie and they had the dude played Freddie Mercury. I'd just be like, you're perfect for Freddie Mercury. I'd be mad, man. I'd be like, plastic surgery, please. I'd be like Hulk Hogan. I'd be like, I look like Hulk Hogan for God.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, it's bad enough me, man.
But when that comes out, you'll see some people kind of revisit the old Hulk there.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know. And Steven Seagal, man, he's like, I love Russia and I love Ukraine. I love them both. Who cares what he says? He's big buddies with Putin,
All I'm saying, man, is there was a video of a biker guy, like a bicyclist, going down the road during the middle of this war. Yeah. He's just driving down the road. And you got to think about this because the cyclists, they think they own the road even when a war's going on.
Isn't that right?
they're still in their little tights. Just
exactly.
Get out of my way.
It'd be hard for me not to just shoot that bicycle right out.
The dang tanks are going around.
He's like 4 feet. He's 4 feet out in the road. He's waving them around.
Got a little flashy light on the back of it. Oh, boy. Oh, man.
He's got his little helmet on.
I often think how cool it would be if you just had a hickory. And when you went by, just smacked them on the fanny, you know. But I guess they probably lock you up for that now. But back when we was a kid, that's a lot of fun.
There it is. I had to explain to my kids what hickory was the other day.
Really?
You remember that when your kids, you was like, go out and pick the hickory. Go pick the hickory. Remember that? They're like, hickory? What are you talking about hickory?
Yeah, go get a hickory. We'd always get the biggest one we could find. We'd have to drag it in.
Dragging a log in there.
I always hated when they say, wait till your daddy gets home. You get wore out, and then you have to sit there all day just worried, oh, man, I'm going to get a spanking. I'm going to tell you, folks, if Steven Seagal is Vladimir Putin's best buddy, that'll explain a lot about what's going on right now.
Yeah, no kidding.
I just think he's an idiot.
I can't stand Steven Seagal. What was that movie, Executive Decision or something? He was at the very beginning of it. They basically fly up to the Air Force One and connect him like this stealth fighter, and he comes on. He's leading this special forces team, right? He gets killed in the first 5 minutes movie. When that happened in the theater, and this is decades ago, it's probably 15 years ago when I saw it, 20 years ago, everyone clapped. Yeah. I mean, no kidding. That's how much people don't like him. They clapped in the movie when the good guy in the movie died.
Yeah. They're glad to see him go. I know they did that same when I was in that movie of mine and I got killed. Everybody will give a standing ovation. Actually, the only standing ovation I ever had in my life. And I was dead. I don't know. Dee Snider, back when Trump was doing all his thing, Dee Snider said, you cannot use the song, We're Not Going to Take It. He took it and made him take it down and said you can't use it. But, hey, he's allowed the Ukraine.
Twisted Sister, man.
Yeah, he's allowed the Ukraine to use We're Not Going to Take It as their battle cry.
That's a great song.
Yeah,
I love that song.
I thought it was so funny. They was interviewing Dee Snider about that, and he's like, well, Trump used it, and I was okay with that. But then, my wife come and my people come and said, well, we really don't want you to, him to do that. And he said, so I called Trump and asked him if he'd take it down, and said Trump did. He said, no problem whatsoever. And he said, I appreciate him doing that. And this is coming from the guy that went and stood in court for freedom of songs, that anybody could use the songs they want to, but yet he took it from Trump. I always thought that was kind of two-sided. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do see what you're saying.
Yeah,
and he blamed it on his wife.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Man.
She told me to.
I can't. My wife won't let me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all do that. Yeah, we all do that. Packy ain't been married but a couple of years.
But I got it figured out already.
He's got it figured out.
Yeah, you going to make it, Packy.
Thanks, man.
Folks,
learn from the best.
Yeah, the phone lines are open, 706-379-9770. We got to jump to a break, and we're asking y'all to please call in and be on Packy's Joke of the Day. Packy's Joke of the Day. It's going to be a big one today because it's my birthday.
We're going to do a few of them today just for you. Hey, Steven, tell them about the money that you're giving away.
Hey, we're giving away $100 to anybody to subscribe. Not anybody, but we're going to put your name in a Bo Peep basket. Let me get that right because I hate
anybody.
Yeah. If your name's drawn, but you have to subscribe to YouTube. Tell all your friends we got $100 cash. This is not one of them checks. This is cash money on the barrelhead.
And you could even make fake accounts and subscribe from all of them. I mean, not suggesting that you do that, but I'm just saying you could.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there,
all
more chances to
win.
You
got a million subscribers in 1 week.
We're not like trying to bribe you to subscribe or anything like that.
You're going to be in confession for more than an hour this time, man. I guarantee you. But anyway, do that if you don't care. And like I said, if y'all would like to get me something for my birthday, I'm on the register over here at Mulkey's in Young Harris. So he's got a long list of stuff that I'm needing. And just, if you'll pay for it, I'll pull it. I'll take the part off. But anyway, that being said.
I just heard the screams down at your mailbox, and I know why. Your water bill is 8 times what it was last month. I bet it's a leak. Call Graylin Leak Detection at 706-897-9110. Get the water bill under control when you call Graylin Leak Detection and Plumbing Services.
We're back with you. I want a big shout out to Carlin Snodgrass. Look, y'all, if y'all on YouTube, you can see this right here. I'm going to show you what this is. Golly, this is my birthday present from her. Oh, man, and it's all mine, all mine, all mine. They want to look at it. I just kind of pick up the side where they can see it. See?
That's exactly what he's doing. We barely saw it.
Oh, she loves me. She loves me. Oh, what a great birthday this is going to be. I'm going to be foundered here in just a little while. It's still warm, y'all. I mean, it's still warm. So, anyway, Packy, do we got anybody for the joke of the day?
Well, we do have Cindy Daves on the phone. You there, Cindy?
Hey, Cindy.
I'm here.
There you go. Here. Sponsors the joke of the day. How are y'all doing?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful. Actually, Bill is off, sent him out on an appointment this morning, early morning appointment. So you're stuck with just me.
So you're like, I ain't getting out of the bed. You go.
No, I've, believe me, been up since early.
What is early? What is early? What is early?
Well, typically am up somewhere between 5 and 7.
Okay.
So somewhere in there, depending on
5
what
and
was going
7.
on.
That's 2
what was
hours.
going on the night before.
Okay.
5 and 7. Oh well. Hey, man, Steve's gonna get it. We're gonna do an Expedition Georgia. You want to?
We are.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
I think that's an excellent idea.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we can get that done. Yeah.
That's it.
I have absolutely no clue what you're going to do with that, but you just go for it.
We're gonna go like up to your house and interview you and talk about all that good stuff going on in Georgia.
Oh, that would be cool.
There you go. What is going on in Georgia as far as our houses going on right now?
It's the same old song that you hear every week. Inventory is low, but there are way more buyers than there are houses, and it's ridiculous. So we put a house on the market in Canton over the weekend, and it's getting tons of showings. It'll be under contract by the end of the week, I'm sure. And it's just there's no inventory.
I got 3 letters in the mail just yesterday, asking if I'd like to sell my home.
Oh, absolutely.
Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah, and it's funny because I talked to someone yesterday that, she's like, yeah, I get these letters in the mail and it drives me crazy. So people either like it or they don't, that you're getting asked, do you want to sell your house when you have no intentions of it. So it's a marketing plan that some agents have. We personally don't do that, just because we don't like to spam people's mailbox any more than you like having your email inbox spammed. We don't like sending, unsolicited junk mail.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. But, if anybody wants to get up with y'all and buy a house or sell a house, what do they need to do?
They can call us at 828-361-9419, or they can email us at realestateforreallife@gmail.com.
There you go. All right.
Packy, you got that joke?
You going to do the joke of the day? There you go.
It's Packy's Joke of the Day.
Cindy, welcome to the show today.
Thank you so much.
Is this your favorite time of the week?
This is absolutely. I just live and breathe for today.
You like how I'm going off script there, Steven?
I like
I'm
it.
expanding.
You're rocking.
You're
man.
ad-libbing.
Cindy, you have 3 categories to choose from today. You have C.S. Lewis, you have rabbits, and you have Mexicans.
Oh, we done did the Mexicans.
I got more, man.
You got more Mexicans? I think a lot of them, ain't they?
Let's go with rabbits.
Rabbits. Hey, Cindy, did you hear the Energizer Bunny was arrested? He was charged.
Why?
He was charged with battery.
Uh,
Let's try that again, Steve. Laugh.
I'm trying, man.
Oh, do you make these up, Packy?
Yes.
Some of them, yeah, I do.
Yeah. He's got a knack for that. He's got a knack for that. And yeah.
Well, happy birthday, Steven.
Yeah, today's my birthday, so you should give me a house or something.
Oh, yeah. I should give you a house and a mortgage to go along with it.
Hey, I had Snodgrass brought me a cake over here. You gonna bring me a cake?
Yeah, well, I baked you a cake and Bill ate it.
Oh, I want some of them brownies like you brought Packy on his birthday.
Gotcha. Yeah, you like those brownies, huh?
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah.
They were really good. All right, girl, go back to bed.
All right, see you guys. Have a great rest of your day.
There you go. Hey, do y'all realize in 1955, Bo Diddley has his first recording back in 1955?
Thanks, Ed.
What?
Ed.
I know it. I just hit me all.
You're doing Ed's random history facts out of nowhere today.
I love Bo Diddley, man. Huh?
All right, well, there you go.
Thanks, Ed.
What's up?
What else is going on?
Let's move on to a couple more jokes.
All right. I guess this is your time to show. Take it away, Packy. This is your time to shine.
Just leave it to the professionals, man.
There you go. Yeah, leave it to professionals. Hey, I like to thank everybody for calling and texting and buying me cakes and all this stuff on my birthday. It makes me feel a lot older. I actually had Chris Mathis this morning call me. How about that, man?
Did you, Mike Tyson? Did you, Chris Mathis? He's calling.
Chris Mathis.
Hey, tell him about the money again. We got $100 to give away.
I was talking about Chris Mathis call me. I mean, it's not often.
He's back on our show, man. He's doing
big stars like that calling you, wishing you happy birthday. That's a pretty big deal, man. Now, anyway, we're trying to get the YouTube. We have to get over 1,000 subscribers, and I don't know why, but Packy keeps telling me we have to get 1,000. Why do we have to get 1,000 subscribers?
So we can make money.
Oh, that's I should have known.
It's all about the money, man. We're gonna be like Scrooge McDuck, diving into our vault of coins.
Yeah. Coins, you said that right. Anyway, we've got a vault of coins. We got $100 bill cash for one lucky subscriber, and we're running this all this month on March, and then the last day of March, we're going to draw one of the names out of the subscribers on YouTube.
Let me throw this out there, too. We will have some giveaways for current subscribers, too. So we're not forgetting about the people who subscribed in the past. We are going to do some giveaways for them as well.
Yeah, we got all kinds of cool stuff. T-shirts, bumper stickers, cups. And have you got your Biden crack pipe yet?
I've ordered it. Waiting on it.
I
don't even smoke pipe crack. But
I just want one.
If the government's giving it away,
I
want
want
one.
it. Yeah, I'm with you.
There it is.
Steve, thank you so much for coming in. Always a pleasure.
You're so welcome. I'll be back on Friday, right?
There you go.
Yeah,
we got the guy coming in on Friday. He's I can't remember his name. He's a big dude. So anyway, that being said, we'll talk to y'all then.
W249DB and WJULAM, Hiawassee.
Well, look here. Guess who's number one in the Nielsen ratings again?
Play 97.7.